Senate Bill 202 relates to Indiana's public colleges and universities. So we're talking about schools like Purdue, IU, Ivy Tech, and more. The bill's author wants college faculty to promote more intellectual diversity. But opponents say this could hurt free speech in higher ed classrooms.
I just want to thank you for testifying.
By the time Senate Bill 202 was up for discussion, the House Committee on Education was already 4.5 hours in, with dozens of people lined up to testify.
But at the end of the day, there is an elephant in the room that we need to address, and that's the increasing number of students who just don't feel like higher ed is a place for them.
Senator Spencer Deary, a Republican from Lafayette, is the author of SB 202. He says right now surveys and polls have found Republican and conservative-leaning students sitting in college classrooms in the state can't openly express their ideas and opinions.
So addressing this issue will both improve the quantity of Hoosiers that we can get enrolled in higher education. I also believe it will improve the quality of education that they receive.
As it's written now, SB 202 would require college faculty to allow intellectual diversity in their classroom, and they could face disciplinary action if a review or student complaint finds that they don't. It would also require tenured professors to undergo a review every 5 years. And boards of trustees could prevent a faculty member from being tenured or promoted if there are concerns they're unlikely to allow intellectual diversity or content from other political or ideological frameworks.
Almost every couple of weeks, I get sent something from a parent or a student that says, look at this. I don't think that's where they should be sending that. I think they should be sending that to the trustees.
Deary argues the bill protects college faculty and promotes academic freedom in the state. Democrats and college faculty disagree.
I don't think this is a situation that's broken. I think you're going to break it.
Including Representative Vernon Smith, who is also a tenured college professor at Indiana University Northwest.
I have never, in my experience, and I've been full-time for 32 years, I've never shut down a student. Now, I do make them think about their thoughts, and that's what it's supposed to be. The essential purpose of American education is to create a thinking individual.
Opponents like Smith argue SB 202 is government overreach and an attack on academic freedom and free speech.
Senator, would you not agree with me that one of the fundamental things that ought to happen to you as a young person in college is to be challenged by thoughts you're not familiar with, thoughts you're not comfortable with, thoughts you don't agree with? You understand that, don't you? I agree 100%. And you do understand that your bill will cut that down.
Opponents also argue SB 202 could hurt recruitment and retention of faculty who often research and teach controversial subject matter.
I am a cultural anthropologist. I teach some of the most controversial and highly debated topics you can imagine: evolution, race, colonialism, family, religion, you name it.
I teach courses in the history of China. Inevitably, some students are troubled by what I teach. Yet this bill requires that I be judged on whether I've introduced my students to, quote, this is on page 21, a variety of political and ideological frameworks, not truths. And still more, it encourages students to report me for potential discipline if I don't cater enough to their political beliefs.
The Indiana Conference of the American Association of University Professors has come out against the bill.
States who focus on culture wars and attack educational institutions are quickly being recognized as inhospitable to companies that want to hire millennials and attract a diverse workforce.
Earlier this month, IU's president issued a statement saying the school was deeply concerned and that it could put academic freedom at risk, weaken the intellectual rigor essential to preparing students with critical thinking skills, and damage our ability to compete for the world-class faculty.
For the last 2 decades, my IU research laboratory has been staffed by less than 1/3 native Hoosiers. I served as chairman of the chemistry department and struggled to recruit the faculty we most needed, many for perception of cultural narrowness within the state.
Still, Deary says he has worked closely with the state's universities to make the bill better. And other Republican lawmakers have said most universities have been neutral or quietly supportive of the bill. There were about 3 hours of testimony in the hearing on Senate Bill 202, including from more than 24 professors, researchers, faculty, and students from institutions around the state. In the studio, Kristen Bean, WSBT 22 News.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to the WSBT 22 YouTube channel.